Like, it's not gonna happen. Hey guys, I was just going to welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to be taking care of my face and talking about some theories. So as you can probably tell from the title, we are going to be talking about the Today Show announcement theories. If they're going to do an announcement, we don't know, but there are some theories going around and I thought we should talk about them. Also, it's very echoey in here. I'm going to try to open up the window and maybe that'll make it better. We're going to see. Oh, that does make it better. Awesome. We're in my bathroom, as you can see, and today is my one and only, well actually, no. I also have tomorrow off, but today and tomorrow are my only days off for a very, very long time. I have school starting up again next week, which blows my mind that the summer is like over and school starts literally, is it Tuesday? Wednesday? Oh my god. School starts a week from today. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's gonna happen. And so school starts in a week, and that means I'm gonna be working every day or going to school every day, so I'm not gonna have a lot of days off to just chill and relaxed. Today I have that. So we're going to be doing a face mask. Actually, I have two face masks that I want to do, as well as we're going to be dyeing my eyebrows, because why not? It's just this tint my brows, brow gel stuff, and I'm just gonna put that on, and hopefully it makes my eyebrows look a little less patchy in certain spots. So we're gonna do that. I need my handy dandy mirror for that because I am blind. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about theories. So let us do that. Also, I'm literally still in my pajamas, and this is how I'm gonna stay all day. So enjoy. All right. So let's get my eyebrows started, and let's talk about the first theory that's going around, which is the one that's the most like absurd to me and like blows my mind that people are like dead set like, oh, this is gonna happen. It's like, it's not gonna happen. People think, oh my god, it's less echoey. Okay, we're leaving the door open a crack. People think that Jack is going to propose to Gabbie on the Today Show, which is not gonna happen. I absolutely love them together. I think they're such a cute couple. They have a child together. I think they will get married one day. I just don't think that day is coming anytime soon. Gabbie is only 17, and I don't know what the rules are in the US, but I know in Canada, and I'm pretty sure in the US it's the same. You can't get married until you're 18 years old. And, I mean, technically you can get married before you turn 18, but your parents have to sign off on it. So it's like, you know how people like co-sign like a phone plan, a phone contract, or people co-sign for like a credit card, or for even an apartment if you're like 17 going to like college or something, they co-sign on like your apartment. They also have to co-sign on your marriage if you're under the age of 18. So I just don't see that in the books for them, because it's kind of strange. I believe at 16 years old is the legal age where you can get married, but from the age of 16 to the age of 18, you have to have parents like permission and consent in order to get married. And like, my dog's doing something bad. He's being good for a change. So we're good. But yeah, until you turn 18, you can't get married without your parents' like consent. And I don't think anyone would want to do that, nor should do that. I mean, like, obviously you do you. Every situation is slightly different. There's people that go off to like the military as soon as they turn 18. And if you're like, you know, with someone a little bit younger than you want to get married before you go away, like, that's one thing. But like, Jack and Gabbie are not in the position to get married. I just don't think so. Obviously I don't know either of them on their personal relationship level, but I just don't see that happening. And the fact that people think he's going to propose and then just have like a year-long engagement, I also don't think it's going to happen. Plus, not only that, is if they were to get married and they were to get engaged now, which like I said, I don't think is going to be a thing, they would not do it on live TV. Management is like just allowing them to talk about relationships, and that's because, you know, you can't really hide a child. I mean, they did for 9 months, but you can't really hide a child who's been born. Like, all of a sudden Jack's walking around with this infant, like, kind of fishy if you don't know. Like, people kind of assume, especially the fact that Gabbie's like taking this baby by herself, like, it's kind of obvious it's her kid. So yeah, but even if they were to get engaged shortly, I don't think he would do it on live TV. Like, their relationship is a pretty private relationship. Obviously, they talk a little bit more about it than they used to because, like I said, there's a kid involved now, so it's a little bit different. But they don't put all their stuff about their relationship public. Like, there was a birthday post, there's the odd post of lavender from Jack, but for the most part, most of their, the relationship is kept to themselves, which they have the full right to do, and I respect that they're doing that. So he would not be proposing to her on live television, especially the Today Show. It's one thing if he were to do it at a concert on stage or something, and in no way am I saying that's what he's gonna do, but I just don't think, not only is the Today Show not the appropriate place for it, it's just not, I don't know, not the time, not the circumstance, it just doesn't make any sense to me why that would be a thing. So as for that theory, I'm saying it's not gonna happen. Obviously I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a really, really good feeling that that's not gonna be it. As for some of the other theories, another thing is people are saying they are announcing another tour. This is another theory that I believe is not going to happen. Right now they're on the 8 Letters tour, and well, technically they're on the 8 Letters summer tour. They finished 8 Letters regular tour in the springtime, in April, kind of May. They went to Japan, they went to Hawaii in May, and they're continuing on with the 8 Letters tour in October in Europe and in November in Australia. And they're also going back to Asia, and I think that's it. I think they're doing Asia, Australia, and Europe. And they're still finishing off the US. So I don't think they're going to be announcing another tour anytime soon. The fact that the 8 Letters tour has already been going on for it's going to be a 9-month, 10-month tour in the span of March till the end of November. That's what, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, literally it's a 9-month long tour. And yes, it's a bunch of different legs, and they had a little break in between different parts, but it's still a very, very long tour. And I don't think they're going to extend the 8 Letters tour any more than it already is. You might add a show in Brazil sometime in September or something like that, but I honestly don't think they're going to do that, and even if they did, they're not going to announce it on the Today Show. People are saying they're going to announce a completely different tour over in the US and North America stuff. I don't think that's going to happen, just because they still are touring in the US right now, and why would they tour the same album again? And that's the big thing, is people are saying, oh yeah, they're going to announce another tour, but that would be the exact same set list, and they've already done, technically they've done 2 tours. I mean, it's summer tour and regular tour, but they're not going to want to tour 8 Letters forever. They're going to want to put out new music, and they are putting out new music every single month, but they're not going to want to continue touring the same set list for years and years on end. So I don't think they're going to be announcing another tour until they release more music, just because it doesn't really make much sense to me for them to release more tour dates without new music. It's just people, obviously I'm gonna go, and stans are gonna go, but people who are just fans of the boys, a lot of parents will not pay for their tickets. A lot of parents will not allow them to go if it's the same music. A lot of people weren't allowed to go to the summer tour because it was the same tour, and they're oh well, you already saw them on the Letters tour, you don't need to go again, which I did that with Ed Sheeran, so I completely understand people's point of view of not wanting to go see them now. So it's I need a new face mask, this is empty. It's I don't think they would do that. It's just not smart on their part, both I don't know what's the word, financially it's not smart, because I feel they wouldn't sell as many tickets, because 8 Letters regular tour, everyone's oh, okay, let's go. 8 Letters summer tour, most people are okay, let's go. If they do 8 Letters people are saying spring tour again, people are not going to buy tickets. It's just not something that makes any sense to me or to a lot of other fans. So Lucky, stop crying. I just don't think that's going to happen. People are also saying that they're going to be announcing tour dates in October, which, I mean, has nothing to do with the Today Show, because Today Show's in September. But I just hope not, because your girl does not have money to afford a bunch of tours a bunch of shows right now. It's just not in the books for me. So I'm just hoping that they wait till the new year to announce tour dates, but knowing them, they probably won't. The next theory that I'm going to talk about is that people are saying they're releasing an album, which is something that could be a possibility. I'm thinking it would make sense, but at the same time, I also feel they're going to wait till January to release an album. They did release 8 Letters about a year ago now. It was released last August, so it would make sense for them to release another album about a year later. But at the same time, I have a feeling that it's going to be released either the end of this year or early 2020. Albums take a long time to record, and obviously they're on tour right now, and they do have time to record on tour. They go to the studio all the time. They have their little studio on the bus, so they make music constantly. But I think for them to produce and record an entire album, it's gonna not be when they're on tour. And obviously, like, people do it all the time, but practically I feel like they are not doing that because their tour schedule is so jam-packed and they haven't had a ton of time. So I think, honestly, what my honest thoughts and opinions are is that they're going to be recording an album throughout September, and then as they finish off the rest of the 8 Letters tour, that's when it's going to be mastered, that's when it's going to be composed, that's when, like, the entire album is going to be, like, finished up. And then that way they can release it in early 2020, because that way it'll be like the 12 out of 12 is over, and then they can release an album that doesn't include 12 out of 12, which I think is, I don't think they're going to include 12 out of 12 on the album. But I do think there's going to be a song released on their anniversary, and I think that's just going to be 9 out of 12, because if you guys don't know, now you know, they've been releasing a song every single month of 2019. So, yeah. Alright, well, it's fantastic guys. We're going to move back over into my room. Let's go. Alright, this angle is not a vibe. Alright, let's continue talking. So, I think an album is in the works, but I don't think it's going to be announced on the Today Show, and I don't think it's going to be announced anytime soon. As for some of the other theories, a lot of people have just been talking about, oh, they're going to perform What Am I? And people are saying it's more than just, you know, more than just a song. I think they're going to be doing a part 2 of the song. And a lot of people talk about, like, a part 2 of the song, but I don't think they're going to do that. I truly don't think they're going to do, like, a part 2 of the song of, like, I don't even know. I just don't think they're going to do that. I think it's going to be a completely different song. I think the song that they are saying is, like, it's more than just this, is because it's something that they feel like is going to bring them up to the next step of their career, something that's going to, like, skyrocket them into, like, the charts and all this stuff, which, I mean, it has been doing really, really well, so it could be under the way for that, and it has been being played on the radio, so, plus they've done a lot of promotions for it, they've done a lot of, like, press and, like, that kind of stuff, so it has been being played on the radio, which is very good for them, and it's also a very good song, so, like, it deserves to be played, so. Now, the last theory that I'm going to talk about is the one that I think is going to happen or be a possibility in the future, is the Why Don't We movie. Now, here's what people are saying, though, which I don't believe. People are saying that it's going to be put on Netflix or it's going to be put in the movie theaters, and both of these theories I think are incorrect. The reasons why I'm thinking this is because they have done a ton of filming at the shows. Like, Zach has been filming a lot more than he typically does at the shows. I mean, I guess he always films a lot, but I feel like he's done a lot more filming of other stuff. And yes, there's Halogen that they've been posting on and stuff like that, and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. But I truly think that the reason why he's filming extra and the reason why he's doing more crowd shots and more stuff like that is because they are making some sort of documentary. I don't think it's something that's going to be in the movie theater or on Netflix, just because they haven't had any signage up saying, by being on this premises, you are given consent to be filmed and stuff. And anytime anything is been put in the theaters or in a DVD form or on Netflix or anything like that, they have to have the signs up, because you have to be able to give consent, and by being on this premises, you are giving consent to being recorded and taped and possibly put on some sort of platform. Now, I know this because I've seen a lot of other shows that have been recorded for, like, Justin Bieber, for Shawn Mendes, for Ariana Grande. There's always signage that is up there saying, you know, by being inside this venue, you are giving permission to, this is your consent to, you know, being in the show, or whatever. And this happens, like, all the time whenever they do that. I've never seen it any other way. So, what I'm thinking is going to happen is that it's going to be, like, a YouTube documentary. It's going to be on, like, YouTube Red or, like, YouTube TV or something like that. And that way, the whole, like, consent issue isn't as big of a deal. I mean, technically, you still need to get consent in order to film someone. But since you are in a public place, I mean, I guess it kind of is okay, I assume. I don't really know all, like, the logistics and, like, the legal aspects behind it all. But I know you definitely need consent if you need to do it in, like, a movie theater or Netflix or something. So on YouTube, you are probably okay with it. So Zach filming all the people, I think it's not a problem at all. So this is what I'm thinking. It's going to be put on YouTube. It's going to be, like, a documentary of their lives, of, like, the whole 8 Letters tour, of, you know, people in the crowd, of everything to do that's been going on recently. And I think it's going to be more of, like, a documentary about them and, like, what am I, opposed to just, like, the 8 Letters tour. I think it's just going to be a lot of different stuff leading up to it. Because there is a lot of footage from, like, even the Something Different tour that never got posted. Like, Eben took a ton of footage from the shows, or the show that I went to at least, and I assume the other shows, that was never put out there, that was never shown, that was never seen. There's a ton of footage of crowd shots, of I remember Evan was standing in the crowd once recording the boys from like in the audience, and there's just like a bunch of different shots and stuff that they recorded of like outside the tour bus, like all that stuff that my dog is crying. Lucky, stop crying. He's just a baby, don't worry, he's fine. There's just a bunch of different stuff like that that never really got posted, so I'm like, they could be putting that to use and they could be putting it in like a documentary to go onto YouTube. And so that's kind of like my guess right now. That, or they're going to do some sort of partnership with Halogen, and Halogen's going to post like a full-length something on their platform, because they are partnered with Halogen, as you can probably tell if you go to any of their shows. They have a big Halogen advertisement before. The boys are posting on Halogen all the time, or actually I guess Zach posts on Halogen all the time. Evan is doing it now as well. Like, there's a lot of partnership with Halogen and Why Don't We, so that could be another possibility. But I do think they're going to be releasing some sort of like documentary, and I do think they're going to announce it on the Today Show, and in my honest opinion, I think it's going to come out on their anniversary. So on September 27th, 2019 is their 3-year anniversary, and I think that's when they are going to be putting it out. So yeah, and another reason why I'm thinking this is because the fact that, if I can find the footage, I'll put it in, but I'm probably not even going to look for it, so you're probably not going to see it. But basically, Zach said something about like, oh yeah, Why Don't We movie, you know, definitely in the works. Don't know if I can really talk about it. I'm actually going to see if I can find it right now and just show you guys really quick. I think my friend sent it to me, so. Okay, here it is.
What else we got? Another one?
Andy Nick asked, do you think there will ever be a Why Don't We movie?
Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, are you feeling some tea right now?
I don't think I'm able to answer that. So, you know what that means. But
You heard it here first.
So basically, he's like, I don't know how he'll answer that. And anytime there's any sort of secrets or projects underway that they're not allowed to talk about, they say, I can't answer. That happens with every single artist, especially the boys are like, is there an album underway? I don't think I can talk about that. Like, they always say that kind of stuff. So it's like, you know, because if it wasn't underway or if it wasn't something they talked about, they'd be like, oh yeah, that would be a cool idea. Or, oh yeah, you know what, that could be something that would be fun or something like that. Or, oh, you know what, never even thought about that. But the fact that he says I'm not allowed to talk about that just kind of proves the point that yes, something is in the works. It just depends if it's going to be released on the Today Show or not. So, there's that. My face is now kind of dry and it's starting to crack and starting to feel awkward, and I'm not going to be able to talk for much longer. And so that's all I'm going to talk about it. The Today Show is coming up next week. They're on September 2nd. Next Monday, so it's less than a week from now, so stay tuned for that. I just cracked my finger, that really hurt. Make sure you record it, make sure you watch it, make sure you check it out to see what the boys are talking about. But yeah, I'm literally like, why don't we hire me as like, I don't know, your marketing director, I don't know, hire me as someone. Like, I'm literally just promoting. Hire me as your promoter. Like, Jessica who? No, Jessica Why Don't We Promoter. Like, that's my name. Love that for me. I truly do actually love that for me. My bank account does not. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more like this of talking about different things, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you do, or if you have any other video suggestions, definitely let me know those. Subscribe if you aren't already. It would definitely mean a lot. We just hit 3.2 today, which is so exciting to me. Like, it blows my mind that I have like even 1,000, and like now that there's 3,000 of us, over 3,000 of us, it like blows my mind. And with that being said, I'm gonna head off now, get this face mask on my face because it's dry and I like can't really open my mouth fully because it's, yeah. Anyways, also I need to get this off my eyebrows before it dyes my eyebrows literally this color. I mean, it's kind of my hair color. Nope, it's definitely not the color of my hair. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. I look so greasy. Anyone who's just tuning in right now, they're like, wow, why are you so greasy? I promise I'm not. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Goodbye. Talk to you next Tuesday? I don't know what day it is today. Goodbye.